Cluj, just a spell away. Discover the beautiful county of Cluj and let yourself drift in the historical artifacts, cultural and architectural tourist attractions. Cluj, just a spell away. Octavian Goga Memorial Museum from Ciucea was established in 1967, followed by a donation to the Romanian state by the poet's widow Veturia Goga. Institution's property includes more than 14,000 pieces. The museum illustrates the life and work of the great poet using documents, books and photographs, but especially by exposing a large number of personal objects. A funerary monument, the mausoleum, was built between 1938 and 1958 by architect Cantacuzino. The History Museum of Turda was founded in 1943. The museum has around 30,000 objects representing all historical periods, mostly from the Roman period. The first exhibits date back to the Middle Paleolithic, Neolithic continuing with the Bronze Age. The best represented is the Roman collection, formed by epigraphic, sculptural and architectural elements. An object of attraction is a great-size painting dated in 1898, which has got the figure of David Francis, the Unitarian preachers at the Diet of Turda in 1568, held in the Roman Catholic Church. Banfi Castle of Bonțida is an architectonic Baroque monument owned by the Banfi family. Also known as the Versailles of Transylvania, the historical monument is famous for the distinctive architectural elements that illustrate the Transylvanian Baroque richness. Currently, there are several cultural and artistic activities that attract large numbers of visitors in the area. Bologa Fortress is located at the base of Vlădeasa Massif. The fortress is one of the most important medieval fortifications in Transylvania and the oldest settlement in the area, mentioned in 1304 under the name Sebus Var in the documents. Liteni Fortress is the medieval fortress built on a cliff above the Iara Valley. Attested since 1324 as Castrum Leta in the historical documents, the royal citadel had an important military role in the area. The construction is elliptical and has around 22 meters and 57 meters. Roman Castrum Potaissa was built near Turda by the Roman legion Macedonica Potaissa to reinforce the northeast defensive of Roman Dacia, the largest long-lasting castrum in the Roman region. The grave of Mihai Viteazul. The monument, built in 1977, was dedicated to Mihai Viteazul, the first Romanian prince who succeeded the political unification of the Romanian country, Moldavia and Transylvania. Armenian Catholic Cathedral belongs to the Baroque period. The Holy Trinity Cathedral was built between 1748 and 1804 in the city center of Gherla. Also known as the Armenopolis in medieval times, the cathedral was one of the important Armenian community centers in Southeast and Central Europe. There is a painting in the church named Descent of Jesus from the Cross, which is assumed to be Rubens' work. Reformed Calvinist church from Văleni was built in 13th century. The massive tower and the roof is typical for churches in Calata area. Originally the church was Catholic, later on turning into a Reformed Calvinist church. The coffered ceiling is painted with patterns from the area. St. Mary Church from Turda was built in the end of the 15th century in the Gothic style. In the presbytery there are two of the cornerstones from the 15th old church, where we find the inscription St. Peter's Keystone 1472. The first edict of toleration in Europe was issued here in 1568. Also known as the Patent of Toleration, the document meant to extend previous grants and to include the Unitarian Church. Orthodox monastery, the Assumption of Virgin Mary of Nicula. The monastery of Nicula is one of the most important monastic centers in Transylvania. In 1699, a miracle happened. The icon of Mother of Jesus, painted in 1681 by the Orthodox priest Luca, from the village of Iklod, cried for 26 days in a row, and from that event, Nicula Monastery becomes widely known. The weeping of the icon also gave birth to the art of painting icons and glass, a monastic craft which was also learned by the peasants. Nicola thus became the first such school in the country. The Turda salt mine is one of the main attractions of Transylvania. It is assumed that the first salt exploitation began in Roman times. As you enter the mine, you'll see a panoramic elevator, areas for sports, and an amphitheater with 180 seats. The panoramic lifts offer tourists a whole picture of the Rudolf mine. Teresia mine is a cone-shaped mine, a mini bell. This mine is 120 meters deep. The salt cascade, the underground lake, and the bloom of salt stalactites can be admired by having a boat ride on the mine's lake. Gisela mine is equipped as a spa treatment room with natural aerosols. Beliș Fântânele Lake is located at an altitude of 1000 meters and it is 13 kilometers long. Its main purpose is producing electricity. Currently, Fântânele Resort is situated by the lake. The collecting Lake Dragan, with a height of 120 meters, has the opening canopy 442 meters large. The development of agrotourism hotels and chalets makes the Dragan Lake a recreational place situated in a picturesque and unique area. Pike Lake is considered a natural monument for various reasons. Besides its largeness, 57 hectares, and depth, it is the only lake in Romania on the surface of which floating thickets formations can be founded just like those in the Danube Delta. The reed beds of Sic represents one of the most accessible natural reserves near Sic village. The reed is home to a total of 12 species of rare birds, amphibians, and one of the reptiles protected by law. Moreover, 42 species of plants can be found here. Turda Gorge formed through the erosions of the Jurassic limestone of the mountain. The canyon is 2 km long and the walls have height reaching 200 meters. The area has one of the richest and the most scenic karst landscapes in Romania. More than 1,000 plants grow here. Tureni Gorge is located near Turda Gorge. The canyon is about 2 km long with high holes carved by Răcilor stream. There are several small waterfalls in the picturesque valley. Bright's Vale Waterfall, also known as Răchițele Fall, is a 3-level cascade almost 1,000 meters altitude. The fall is over 30 meters, and the water spreads out in a fan, giving the impression of a wedding veil. Băișoara Mountain Resort is situated in the massive Muntele Mare, from Apuseni Mountains, at heights between 1,200 meters and 1,400 meters. Offering a vast view and a remarkable surrounding landscape. Cluj, just a spell away.